Today we're going to be speedrunning our 44th Black Border on an intermediate map known as Rake. Now I've gotten a few comments about this map causing people a lot of troubles, and I know from experience in the past that it does give you some trouble on chimps mode. For whatever reason, just because of how this map is built, it can be extra difficult when it doesn't need to be. Now mainly you keep everything right here because it's the main point of contact. Now there's another one down here, but by this point the bottom path kind of just runs out the track and you lose anyway. So you focus everyone right here. But in our case, when we're trying to go as fast as possible, that means we're gonna have a long delay of balloons taking their time to get to this point. So we need to have towers like snipers and druids and planes and helicopters and things that are gonna attack the entire track, but we also have to build them up as quickly as possible so we're not wasting time letting balloons go down the entire track. Now, if you noticed, Sada is gonna be our hero today because she makes it tremendously easier. And we wanna go fast, which means we need it to be easy so we can do things that we don't mess up on. Now, I wanted to go with Sushi Bin because you know I like to keep my themes, and it's a Japanese Zen garden or dry garden with the cherry blossoms, so I figured Sushi Bin would be perfect. But you don't have to twist my arm to use Sada because she makes everything a lot more easier and a lot more fun because you don't have to focus on silly things like placing 3 different dart monkeys down in the beginning or anything like that. Sada will just carry right here the whole way by herself and you can build up a really good defense. So let's hit that timer, hit play, place our Sada down and get moving. Now, what we also need to do is start placing things as quickly as we can towards the front. For now, I'm just gonna have it here because I don't want him to miss. I want the sub to only carry about here, and then I want him to only worry about here until I can get advanced intel and twin guns, and then we'll start adding more darts so we can start attacking more of the track. This is exactly what I was talking about. This is like cubism. We'd have Sada in the front, and we wouldn't even be seeing balloons right now. But because of the way this map is built, we're seeing a lot of balloons, and that's what we need to get rid of like as quickly as we can. So I think like right here would be good, and then give it some range, and now this one's good to go. And of course, before we get too far, and don't forget to head over to settings and then click on creator support code and type in code Dabloon because it helps out the channel every single time you purchase something from the Ninja Kiwi store at no extra cost to you. Now, this is what I'm a little skeptical about is adding more darts because once you do that, the sub starts splitting his time and energy way too much, like way too much. And next thing you know, he's just whiffing things. I was practicing this a little bit on chimps beforehand. I was like, let's just make it easy. Let's use a sub commander strat. And you get the sub commander, no problem. He's a great tower. But you know, like after the 80s or so, he just completely jumps off the diving board and leaves the game completely because he just lets everything whiff through because he'll focus up here and then meanwhile those will get through or vice versa, and it just turns into a huge problem. So the sub's gonna get us 2 places, but he's not gonna be like our main tower later on in those harder games just because, I don't know, I'm just not the biggest fan of the sub lately, especially since they like super buff the top path boat. He's a way better tower and he can do a lot more things, especially on a map like this, because he has a solid point right there and then he can just kind of shoot down this angle. So I'm loving it. But let me know before we get too far in, have you guys beaten Raked on chimps or half cash? Half cash isn't going to be too bad on this, but chimps I know can be a little difficult. I remember back in the day, I had this strategy where I would put a perma spike down here, but you had to put it in the exact right pixel with the exact right place of the alchemist so he didn't buff it too much or whatever. So he would put all of his spikes right here onto both tracks and that would be your safety net. And it was just like the weirdest thing, but that's what worked. Okay, I need to make sure I get lead. I don't want to talk through that and mess it up. So we'll just grab a sniper because I feel like that's the easiest. And we'll grab enhanced eyesight for these guys so we don't have to wait for Sada to attack it. Sada's only going to be our base. I don't really want to use her at all until we get to something like half cash or chimps where we need to use her, or maybe alternate balloon rounds because she pops camo right away. But for all of these, I just want her to start us off so we can start placing better towers. Now, poor Sada is getting overused, but I keep saying it. She's too good of a hero. And if you're trying to go for speed, if we were just calling this series like, how slow can we beat balloons, or let's just have fun as we get through a Black Border, then we wouldn't need to use Sada. We could use pretty much any hero, make it work. We could use Churchill for everything if we wanted to, but we want to go fast. And I feel like she is the fastest way of going fast because she can handle so much on her own and she's just such a powerhouse. And really, it's that first ability. It's like the fact that I can just hit her first ability and make sure I don't lose if something's going crazy. Or as you'll see later in chimps mode, we use it to save ourselves on those camos. It's unbeatable, you know? Like Adora's pretty cool, but she can't take down a Moab. She can't take down purple. She can't take down camo. I mean, we've had this debate a million times. I fight about Sada all the time. Let me know below that she's your favorite hero, because if she's not, you're wrong. I'm telling you, you're just wrong. She is the best hero in the game and nothing can beat her. But since we're using Sada, I wanted to look up her origins because I'm like, what is this skin? Because I know the Jiangxi one, I actually looked that up not too long ago, And it's a type of undead creature or reanimated corpse in Chinese legends and folklore. And I found that to be completely interesting, and it creeps me out, that skin. So that makes sense. It's like a vampire. And then the Viking, of course, that's my people. So I know that one. Wish they would have made the redhead blonde, but you know, it is what it is. So then I wanted to know this one, and the only thing I had to go off of was her swords, which I assume are butterfly swords, right? And when you look that up, butterfly swords, it says Southern China in the early 19th century. So they're Chinese. So would that make her main skin Chinese as well? Or am I wrong and it's not even that at all? But we're gonna go advanced and then click back one, because it's 4 clicks in if you go to raked the normal way through intermediate, which is just out of this world. We're not doing any of that stuff. So here, I guess we'll just, oh wow, this is actually not good. Let's do this then. Same with here too. Okay, I think that'll be cool. We'll just keep boomers like keeping everybody like kind of fast as possible, hopefully. But like I said, I could be wrong. They just look like the swords that Zuko used in Avatar: The Last Airbender, and I'm pretty sure those were butterfly swords, because when they like snap together, because there used to be this show on, I think, the History Channel called Greatest Warrior, and if you've ever seen it, I think that's what it's called. And they would pit warriors like hypothetically using science from all these different generations in the world and times in the world. So they'd put like a 16th century butterfly sword Chinese warrior or 19th century Chinese warrior versus like a Viking, and then you'd see who would be the best fighter, and then they would like tally it up and say hypothetically who'd be the best. Okay, weird show, but that's not the point. The butterfly swords slapped together, that's what they called them, and then Zuko's did the same, and Sada's look exactly the same, so I'm pretty sure it's butterfly swords. I could be completely wrong, it's a complete different culture, but who cares? I'm going with it. But then I was also going off for shoes too. They look like the square wood shoes, but then that could be Chinese or Japanese, right? I believe they both have those wooden sandals. But I mean, at the end of the day, she's a cartoon monkey. So I mean, we can call it whatever we want, but you know what she is? She's the best. That's all that matters. She's the best, and there's no one that could deny that. So I don't think I should have went with the top paths boomers, but I figured that's kind of cool. It's kind of like having 2 druids, but then I feel like I went overboard with that, and I was just yapping too much about Sada, so I don't know if it's the best. So I'm gonna put one over here as well on both sides, and then get them to maybe triple darts. I think triple darts, because crossbow is cool, but triple darts is just a good spread right off the go and keeping everything gravy. Now, one thing I can assure you though is that we are not reusing a strategy for chips. This will be the first time you've ever seen me use this tower, this 5th tier tower. I would never use it in a million years, but somehow not only did it work out perfectly, but it seemed to be my best option for a guaranteed run at a pretty quick rate, which I found to be absolutely astonishing. So very, very cool chimp strategy. It's one of the easiest I've done, but also one of the coolest because of how easy it is and the way you can get to it. It's just cool. I'm really excited about it. I hope you guys are for it too. And then the other ones, I'm not even worried about. Who cares? They should be pretty simple. Now, again, getting a big head, but we came off of Sanctuary and we beat it on chimps and half cash and all that stuff. So do I care? No, I think we can take this stuff down with like relative ease. I don't know if I should buy this one up to overdrive. No, because I'm going to need something else for the take down the Moab. So I think I'll just do this. Keep it simple on that side. Yeah, that's enough to take everything down. And then maybe another one over here. Might have to use an ability for the camo just to make sure everything gets through, or doesn't get through, I guess. Are we good? Yeah, I figured Sada would have to do that. Okay, and that's the only round I'm worried about later on too, is 37, because if you don't time it right, Sada might try to like hit it over here and then she won't be there to attack this side, then you're gonna have a problem. But we're gonna use it for 40 as well. Let's actually do this, and then as soon as it comes out, and there it is, there we go. Sada, you're the best. Okay, keep it rolling. Remember, play, advance, back one, rake, go, deflation. We're gonna do not dart monkey, are we? Oh no, we can't. We cannot do dart monkey. So we'll do this one again. Okay, we'll go all the way up, hit play, give it some camo, and then we'll give it some lead. Okay, there we go. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. And we'll pop you up a little bit like this, and then get another one. This is the best way to do this every single time. And I think we can afford another druid, maybe. I mean, that'd be pretty awesome. Yeah, baby. There we go. Have any of you watching beat Raked on Chimps yet? And what did you use to beat it? Because I'm telling you, you'll never guess what we're going to be using today. Super weird strat. It's not a weird strategy, it's just a weird tower. But what did you guys use to beat it, and was it difficult? Because I remember very, very difficultly was this map back in the day, like I said, with my weird permaspike strategy. And then all of a sudden, it's just not that hard anymore. And I don't know if it's just been updated to all be out with all these new stuff pooping around border, but it's just a lot easier and it's super, super cool. But then that's not always the case. It might not be that much easier. It just might be the strategy I use just actually super easy. And if you think of it like that, any map could be really easy a little bit later if you have a better strategy, right? Like opposite though with Flooded Valley. Flooded Valley was a lot easier in the past and now it's like super difficult. But I also have not tried it with the new Mermonkey, which I think the Mermonkey might make it a lot easier, especially that like vine whip one with all the tentacles, the Ursula Mermonkey, right? But I can't believe we're 44 in, I think, out of 75. And for all of you that are still here, because I know over time, each one kind of gets a little bit less viewed and less viewed. And I think people just are kind of like, they're into it for a while, but the series takes so long that you just forget about it or get out of it, whatever. But for all of you that are still here, I love you guys. Thank you for being with me the whole time. This is a really fun one and I can't give it up. We have to get through it all. I don't care if nobody's watching at the end. I have to say I black bordered every single game mode as fast as I possibly could. And we just have to cross our fingers that Ninja Kiwi doesn't come out with something that like speeds up the game like I always complain that I want. But imagine if they did that, like we're at the very end, our last one's gonna be Bloody Puddles Chimps and they go, hey, everything could be fast forwarded ×3, so you have to redo the entire series again. You're like, oh my goodness. But that would be pretty funny. You know what I always say we do, but then we never do it? A long time ago, we were using this tower and I was like, wow, that's actually really good. And if we just use the bottom one with the balloon trap, not only are we making money, but everything is as instantly taken out as it possibly can be because it's at the front of the track. And you literally don't see any balloons because they have nowhere to go but inside of his trap. So I think I'm gonna try that out for a few of these and see if it actually makes a difference. So the problem I never do it is because it takes forever to get there, like 3,060 or something on this? 3,600, that's a lot of money. So by the time you get there, it might just be to the point where you could have done anything else. Like right now, you know what I realized? Just realized we do not have lead popping. So I need to actually get an alchemist here. See what I'm saying, guys? Okay, we just gotta get it, Sada, get it, Sada. I should have done that a little bit sooner. That's a big bummer there. Okay, but now this guy will be there because you need the 3,600 one to actually pop the lead. And as you know, the alchemist, acidic mission brew doesn't do anything. So it's gonna take way too long. So I'm also gonna get a sniper because I don't want that to happen again. Well, I think that answered my own question, but it's also my fault too. We probably should have planned this out a little bit better and probably waited till after the Moab, right? Because that's what you do in boss events. You take down the first Moab and then you set up this crazy little contraption with all these little guys here. So maybe that's probably a better plan. Even before 40, that's awesome. So hopefully we can take it down first and then we'll take the money from it. Let's get some free money. I'm gonna use Sada as soon as I can on 40. So, okay, and he sucked them all up. That was actually really cool. Okay, and now once I do this right there, oh, I did not want sharpshooter. That was a waste. Oh well, it doesn't really matter, but I just wanted to give him a little bit more range and have him pop the camos a little better so we didn't have to wait for him to get the Sada. I'm gonna give him both deconstruction because why not? Yeah, dude, this is good. Why didn't we ever do this? Why don't we do this? And then honestly, like, he's so good that couldn't you just technically, I can't believe those words just came out of my mouth, but saying that the engineer is good. But if we go with the Sentry Expert, now you got like destruction of worlds, plus you got eating up everything and giving you money. He's already made us $3 grand and $1,000 right there. That is really cool. We don't even have to farm. I guess it all boils down to around 50 though, to see what we actually do against Moabs, because I feel like these traps are way too far forward, but I don't care because it'll be fine. And then we'll actually just get armor piercing darts and then get a stronger stimulant. Yeah, dude, there's no Moabs here. Moab where? Where's the Moab? I don't see it. Okay, there it is. We saw a little tip of its nose, but nothing too crazy. What about on 52? Well, honestly though, we do have a lot of money. So, I mean, there's that. Because this guy's made us $6 grand and he's made us $4 grand. So $10,000 when normally we would probably have one marketplace maybe, and then I wouldn't sell it. So we'd only have made like 25 to like maybe $4,000 on it. So this is actually way better. Plus he's doing damage on top of it. I am sitting on the engineers and I'm actually kind of bummed about it. We could be doing so much better. And then we'll get one of these instead of those like that. And now we got this like super, oh my God, it's ugly. And they put too much stuff on the ground, which is why I never really like these towers, but my goodness, are they destroyers. Dude, look at this right here. What would make that, unless there's like a rock there and they moved those rocks over there? What if this is moon landing, but like shrunken down? What if it's like, we think we're in moon landing, but it's like, you know, the monkey version of NASA is just faking it with us and there was no moon landing map and it's just the raked map. Crazy conspiracy. I'm gonna use Sada's ability to get rid of that because I think I just messed that up. We don't have like a lead popper besides the alchemist. We all know that he's not good. So there we go. We're on to that one. We're done. So back to this one, advance, back one, click one. And the reason I say it out loud is because it's for me, not for you guys. I know I'll mess it up if I don't. So it's just best to do it. And I like to show the transitions of the maps for you guys. At least I try to most of the time. But if there's like a big pause or I forgot to talk, then I cut it. But I just want you guys to see the smoothest transitions you can. I probably should have done a sub first, but I just thought the sniper would be good for... What did I think the sniper would be good for? That was really stupid. That was a really dumb plan, actually. To not even put him on the track. Like, I could use him if I just had him up there. He could be an advanced intel. What a dum-dum. Let me just get rid of this guy. Now, this is speed right here. As range is baby status, it's very small and very bad, but it's actually working. And if I just had twin guns, I think it'd be even better. Yeah, that's awesome. And he's getting the stronger one, so that's pretty cool. Does everybody else just default to strong on your sniper too? Like, I don't even think about it. It's just a subconscious thing, and I just automatically take it to strong. And then I'll lose, and I'm like, why did I lose? And that's usually why, is because I just like messed it up and did that. But when they're both on strong, like they're not your main towers. They don't ever plan to be, unless you're going for like a 0-2-5 and you're going for the elite great fender, and then that would make sense. There is one thing that I'll admit that Sada has a bad, I guess a negative, and that's 2-lane tracks. So I always just instinctively think that I'm going to use her for 28, and then if I can, I'll use her on 30. But by then I can remember and go, oops, I forgot, and then use Sada for 28 and then figure out something for 30. That's 99% of the times what happens. But on this map, if I accidentally, you have to time it completely perfectly to where the first one's right here, which isn't that difficult to do, but if you mess it up, you can't pop them. And so I keep forgetting that and then not having a proper thing ready for it. So we have a popping lead appropriate one over here, but then later on it's going to be kind of bad. So we don't have an alchemist. So what are we going to do for 59 then? I guess just a boat, but we'd have to get like a weird boat. No, we'll just grab another sniper, because I feel like having both of these two right here, like 0-2-2s, is so good because it's range for him, but also just really good attack power. Now it's backwards. Normally when it like facing towards him so it can shrapnel everywhere, but who cares? It's doing good. But speaking of sniper, you guys left me so many names in the underground video because I asked you what we should name our sniper because we have not named it yet. And oh my goodness, so many cool names, so many of them. We have sniper, no sniping. These are just random ones I'm reading through the comments as we speak. None of them are any better than others at this point, and I have not chosen which ones I'm going to be putting in the poll. They're just what I saw. But before we get too far, and I need to make sure that we're not like messing ourselves up here. Sada there. Okay, clean that one up. And then if we get this one, okay, there our camo lead is covered. It's slowly covered, but it's there. It can get it done. And then honestly though, I've never done this before. It's kind of weird. But what if I just put this guy here and then give him camo? And now we have like a lead popper right there. And then honestly, I should have put it there for the range. But again, I don't use my brain that much. And we'll put it there, go with the camo. And now with his quad darts plus the razor rotors, I don't think we should be seeing anything for a while here. Yeah, even the moab should be easy with these ones as clean up. We have this one cleaning stuff up. I should probably get this up to a ceramic popper, right? But here's some more names. We got White Feather. A lot of these names too, I think, have reference to things that not everybody told me what they were in the comments. And given the fact that I don't know everything, I don't know what a lot of these references are. So if they're a lot better than I think they are, then I apologize for that. This one's called The End. He says it's a Metal Gear reference. The sniper shall be named The Cheese. Sharp Pooper. That's pretty funny. Instead of Sharpshooter, I like that one a lot. Rambo or Dreadshot. They took the name Deadshot from the comics, but then called it Dreadshot for Dreadbloon. That's very clever. Bounty Hunter, Chris Kyle. I got a lot of those in the comments. That's actually pretty cool. I love that movie. And I love that it's based on a true story. I think that's really cool. But given the fact that it's based on a true story, I wish the ending was different, of course. But amazing movie nonetheless. Sniper Joe, Legolas. That's more of a Quincy one, but that works too. Here we go for this one though. We just got a lot of names, guys. I could literally sit there and read them all day because there was that many. I've never had that many asked when I asked for one, never that many in the comments. I think that's pretty insane. So you guys are awesome. So it's taking me a little bit more time to sift through them because I only get 5 chances on the polls, I believe. Mr. Boom Boom Man, that's funny. Sparky Boom Man, you guys know what that's from? I'm so stoked though. Like I have the box sets, DVDs, and Blu-rays of Avatar: The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra. So my daughter will have to sit through them. I say have to because like of course she's gonna love them, but like that's what we're gonna watch all day. Like we're not watching Mickey and Friends, we're not watching Caillou or Coco Melon or none of that stuff. We're watching Avatar like on repeat. Just she's gonna watch over and over. You learn good morals, you learn good virtues, you learn good lessons. It's just a good show, and it's just so good. Not the new one on Netflix, that's garbage. Like, they keep trying to remake it, but like, why would you, like, I don't understand why they keep trying to make things again and reboot them. Like, Avatar: The Last Airbender is a perfect series and it needs nothing else. You don't need to go and ruin it by trying to make it live action. Oh, I hate when they do that. That's just everything nowadays is a reboot or a remake or some atrocious sequel like 40 years later. That's just not good. But hey, that's just me. That's my opinion. I'm sure everybody, I mean, they obviously keep making them, so people will go and watch them. The one that's been driving me craziest the most though lately is Marvel. Like, Marvel is like a bad relationship that they don't know that the other person is already done with them. Like, the relationship is done and we're the audience. We're that relationship. We're that person that's done. But they just keep going. They keep trying. And you're like, no, dude, it's beyond that. You've already ruined us. We're done. That's Marvel to me, is because like, it's so dead and gone. Like, Marvel is so bad now. There is literally nothing good about it except for I have not yet seen Marvel or Deadpool and Wolverine. I really want to see that because Hugh Jackman's like my favorite actor of all time. But that one will probably be good, but there's reasons why that'll be good. But everything else, absolute garbage. Everything on Disney Plus, absolute garbage. And they just keep making it. And you're like, okay, I'll try it. And then you get 5 minutes in and you forget what you're even watching. Like, they can't read a room. Like, why keep making Ant-Man? Nobody watches Ant-Man, but they keep making them. They're like on Ant-Man 75. You're like, dude, just chill. Nobody likes Ant-Man. And there'll be one person in the comment that goes, I like Ant-Man. Yeah, but you're one person. They shouldn't be spending millions and millions of dollars for one guy, you know? Oh man, I'm just complaining because I love movies and I love music, right? That's been my thing. Like, I just love movies. I watch them all. Like, I watch my favorite ones over and over and over. And for them just to take advantage of us as the audience and just come in and say, hey, look, I'm going to throw this poo on the wall and see what sticks, but someone will come watch it. Don't worry about it. We don't care what they feel at the end. We just want them to pay the money to see it. And you're just like, oh, and that's all it is to it. But I don't care. We're playing Bloons, right? We're playing Bloons. We're not playing Marvel. If you can tell, I'm a little bitter because I loved comics as a kid. I loved coming home after school and watching the Spider-Man animated series. I was alive for the X-Men animated series. It's not that new one. I'm not even going to give it a try, okay? I'm not even going to do it. They don't need to remake things or reboot things. Stop it. But on a positive note, Hugh Jackman's the best, and Ryan Reynolds is pretty good at playing Ryan Reynolds, right? He can play himself very, very well. So this is Apopalypse, and I wasn't even thinking because I was so ranting about Marvel and how much I hate it now because they keep ruining it. Okay, we're done. We're done talking bad on Marvel. We're going to talk back about how good Sada is. Perfect example. Let's say Sada. We know Sada's great, right? Sada's perfect. All of a sudden, they change Sada. They're like, hey, you know what? We're going to make it to where Sada doesn't have swords anymore and she can't pop balloons. She just stands there and looks at them. But you like Sada, right? So you're still going to pay for the skin. You're still going to like it because it's Sada. It's like, why'd you have to ruin it? Just leave it. But to finish this conversation, and the last time we'll speak of this today, name one movie below that is a reboot or remake that you are excited to see. We're not counting sequels in this. Like, I want to say like Deadpool Wolverine, that's like more of a sequel, right? Because it's just following off of Deadpool's movies, but that's just a sequel. That's fine. They make sequels. That's a thing. But like the reboots and where they take a movie and change all the actors and then say, but it's different. And then you're supposed to watch it and you're like, but it's not the same. Or a remake where they just truly just remake the whole thing. What one are you actually excited for and why? I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but I never get the top path main Moab. And dude, are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? Dude. Okay, I never get top path main Moab because I feel like it slows everything down because if I can't attack it, but in this case I would be able to because he would be attacking them and he doesn't care where it's at. But I always feel like if I stall him over there, and it does happen, like if most of my defense is back here, okay, we're getting kind of overwhelmed a little bit. I'm just gonna buy some stuff. That's a good one. Just keeps us safe. But if all your attacking's back there and you have this main Moab just stop the Moab right there, you're in a bad spot. Now I've noticed that kept happening, so I just don't even bother using it anymore. Unless we're gonna skip right up to the good one, right up to crippling Moab, because that one just one-shots everything, destroyer of worlds. Okay, there we go, we're done. That was not that bad. Now we have reverse, which might be a little funny. I didn't even think about that one. So we're just gonna put Sada here. Actually, yes, of course, go Sada. And then we can just, actually, this might be way faster. We might just save so much time right now. If we give it a dart here, yes, please, thank you. A little bit. Come on, guy. Come on, guy, there you go. The timer's in the way though. Let's move it over here for a little bit. But now a sub, not the best thing. It's gonna take too long to get over there. So a boat's not gonna work. A druid would be good, but honestly, I think one of these would be great. Yeah, because it'll just spin around in circles and stuff. It'll be pretty good. You know what? I take it back. I'm bringing it up one more time. It's Disney that's ruining my life. I used to love Disney, and then they took over like Star Wars. And Star Wars, I was obsessed with. I was a Star Wars nerd as a kid. I loved the prequels. I thought they were great, even though they're like, you know, cinematically not the greatest, but they're good. I liked them because I grew up with them. And then they're like, hey, all you guys out there that really like Star Wars, that grew up with it, that love it so much, let me have your money. And then they just came in with like 95 different series. I saw one called The Accolade. I saw one called Anderon. I saw one called The Bounty Hunter. I saw one called Jango Fett or Boba Fett. And they just like, tell me that you're not just abusing the audience at that point when you just make a crappy spin-off of everything. And there's always gonna be people that like it. And there's gonna be diehards. Like I have a buddy who Disney can literally put out a turd on the screen and call it like Jedi turd. And he'd be like, yeah, it's so good though, because it's like, it's a good Jedi turd. And there's just people like that out there, you know? They'll take anything that Disney will do. But that's why they keep doing it. We gotta make them stop with this stuff. But I won't even watch these movies. I'm not even gonna bother because I just know, like, I know they're just not gonna be good. I know they're not gonna put that much effort into it. And as soon as you hear an interview and they talk about how amazing the person is rather than how good they are at acting, you're like, oh, here we go. Okay, for real though, that was the last time. I am done. Call me an old man. I don't care. I just love film. I love movies, and I like that whole genre of life. And then just I don't know, it's just, there's like a thing after like 2020, you just knew that every movie you watched had a 50-50 chance of just being bad. And then most of the time, like, be honest with yourself, you probably watched a movie and you're like, oh, it was cool. But like, there hasn't been many movies in the past like 5 years you're like, wow, that was the greatest thing I've ever seen, right? There's a few, there's a handful, I'll give them that. But like most of them are just like, wow, that's cool. Yeah, I saw it. That was cool. That was cool. But we just started watching Breaking Bad. We're on season 2, like at the season finale of season 2. That show, holy goodness, that is a great show. They do not make them like that anymore, boys. Let me tell you, that's only 10 years old. The last 10 years, our whole cinematic film, TV life has just gone down. But that show is so good. It gets you hooked watching it. All right, we need something to like take down the actual bad guys here. So I'm gonna go with this one. Now, so far, reverse is the fastest. Now, unfortunately, reverse is what we needed for the rest of this to be in the top 10 of everything, right? And so I don't know where we're gonna stand with that, given that we've had to see a lot of balloons. Like they're coming down to here, they're coming over here on those. Oh, there's a little guy just hanging out in a tree. He's just cruising, right? But like for this, why didn't I use the bottom path guy? I'm just sitting here talking and being such a negative Nancy that I didn't even put the stupid engineer down to make some money. I mean, it's better late than never. We still got 18 rounds. I guess not the worst thing. I can still do it. Okay, get rid of the darty boy over there. At 45, I think that's still good though, right? That's 15 rounds of making some mun-muns over there. And then we'll put you there and put you on this side. Because I think we could speed it up a lot. Like imagine if I just been sitting on this the whole time and we just keep using this, and next thing you know, we're like, why are we at 2 hours and 5 minutes on, you know, a harder map here? Which is why I'm saving a couple of the beginners. If you guys haven't noticed, I think we have logs. Well, logs has to be the last beginner. That's like an iconic map. Monkey Meadow is the first, logs has to be the last. And then we also have think 4 circles. And basically is on the beginners, I want to save a couple to go all out. And I want them to be our top time, because I would really kind of be bummed if we run through this and our top time is Cubism still. Like it is one of my favorites, like my second favorite map after Monkey Meadow. So it wouldn't like make me feel bad, but like it just did not have one. And that was on number 19. That was our 19th game. And to say that like on 45, 50, 60, we can't get any better than that. Like, it's just like, oh, you know, but I think it'll be fine. I think when it comes to like 4 circles or probably logs should be pretty easy, because that one first little hook right there, we can stack in everything like tacks and druids and sadas and just make it just broken up there. Now for 59, what are we gonna do here? I think the best would still just be like something like this. Yeah, that'd be the easiest. These guys help so much. $7,000 really got us this guy so much quicker. That was really cool. And then what if we just outbuff him, both of them actually, like this, and then like this, just to make sure like this guy gets it. Just 59, such a gross round. Or I guess I could have just put in a village here and that would have probably solved that problem too, because now those can just trap them and then we're good. And then for 60, I'm just gonna use a Moab Assassin. I probably should have used 2, but oh, just 1 does it? I didn't know that. Okay, that's really cool. All right, that's awesome. I think we're on to hard mode now. Yes, there's our silver border. And we're at 48.16. We're actually really doing good right now. I'm happy. Okay, keep it rolling. And again, we're just gonna have to kind of abuse this sub strategy until we get somewhere good with it. And then we'll put you there. And I'm not putting it up front just because of that right there, that triple snipe right there. Even though it lags on the blues, it's still good. And if I just leave them on last too, that's probably better, huh? Just go through there, pop, 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 pop. But then that could be a curse too, because once you pop a blue, it goes to a red. So a blue could have got here faster to our sub to pop it, but we wait that fraction of a nanosecond so we can pop the red a little bit slower. It's weird, but that's just how it is, guys. That's the stuff I think about because it does shave a couple seconds, right? And if we were doing this for like real, like if I was on a world stage trying to get like the top time ever, those are things that we would have to account for, like for sure. All right, see, we're seeing too many balloons. When we're on reverse, we didn't see nothing. And that is dire time that we're wasting here. So I'm thinking we need to step it up a little bit, something like triple guns. We also got to make sure we can pop the lead. So let's just see though. I want to see how much faster a druid is. And if he is, I'm going to be kind of bummed about it because I'm trying to stay away from druids because they're overpowered. We say this every time, but it's like you guys aren't going to even watch the videos. It's going to be like, how fast can you watch the druid and Sada and a sub BEAT Bloons TD6? Luckily, we don't use the sub. Like we use the sub a lot, but like what it's doing here, it's a transition tower. Yeah, it's going to carry. Oh my goodness, you dummy. I forgot to use the main part. Yes, it is going to help you carry in the beginning, and we've used it for most of this, but it's not that 100% necessary. And we're not going to be using it late game at all. Okay, so that's a little slow. I honestly think this will be faster as a lead popper. How about we just use both? There we go. So this is a guarantee to get you through round 40, just this and a couple darts. But then I'm thinking like, I don't want this anymore. It's great, yes, but I think this is better. I think these are more elite. It's just a bummer that we have to do it on 2 different tracks. So could you imagine something like this on logs or 4 circles or something like that? It would be so simple. That was 40? I thought we already passed 40. Oh, wow. I'm not even paying attention to the rounds. I just felt like I saw it or something. That's funny. But now if we remember to do this strategy, when we get to the last couple beginner maps, we might have the fastest time possible. Because imagine just 2 of these up front, capturing literally everything. And the reason I say on a 1 single lane track is because right here, we can still do it. I just don't like having the idea of having like 2 separate farms and 2 separate alchemists, things like that. Which, I mean, we still can. Wouldn't hurt. But if we can treat a speed run like a boss event and just kind of go for it, the last few rounds will be just nothing. Now, since we have this awesome team here and we're doing exactly what we need to do and we're holding everything off without even seeing it, would it be beneficial to grab, let's say, a marketplace? I think it might actually, because we got it very, very quickly and we're still not letting mini balloons, if any at all, through except for the little bit of camos. But as they say in one of Disney's many spinoffs, this is the way. This is so good. Like, I'm loving this. And I think what I should do here is just grab a Spectre, right? Yes, of course, duh. And we'll grab this one right here, get some camo, get that one. Buff you, that's a ninja, bro. What are you doing? Buff you with this one. And now these will sell for $7,500 and that is 25,000. I'm honestly kind of flabbergasted that none of you guys in my comments ever said, hey, Dabloon, you're sitting on the bottom path engineer. He's like way too good for his own good. Look at this, 6,000, 7,500. We just made 13 grand on him and only 4,400 on a farm that we spent more on to get to this point. So it has not made us anything and it's not popping balloons. This is both popping balloons and making us oodles of cash. Like that is so cool. Now we just have to think about the fastest way to get it to those. And I think it would be just sticking with what we got. We got a druid, no, not a druid. We got a sub to a couple darts and then maybe just a regular 102 sniper on strong for the leads and then Sada for the backup cleanup. And I think we should just go straight for 2 of those guys and call it a day, which is just so cool. We should start to see a drastic speed up here now because we're not the halfway point, right? I always feel like we are, but there's only a few maps in beginner, a few in medium, and then there's like a ton in hard mode. There's 7, right? That's just crazy if you think about it. With 2 of them being to round 100, which takes, what would you say? Like, I think rounds 80 to 100 take almost as long as getting to 80, right? Or is that completely way off? Because I know that it grows because the rounds just get longer due to how many balloons are coming out. But now that we've figured this guy out, 44 maps into the game, I think we're gonna go through this a lot faster. I guess we can get rid of these and just buy more boats. I like it. I like it a lot. This is really fast. Honestly though, for 80, should we just do this though? Like just do this? No, because then I just wasted time on this one, huh? Oh, I could have sped through 79 a little bit faster. I mean, I guess if I just timed it better and wasn't a dum-dum, I think that would have been good, but we also didn't take any time on the ZOMG, so just as good. I'm happy with it. Double click there. We got our silver. We're going on hard mode. Magic Monkeys only is going to be a little slow, but I think we can get there quicker if we just think about it. This is probably our best option, I'd had to imagine. Just like this. And then get both of them to Seeking. If we can get both to 201 and then get a Druid and maybe sell one of them for the Druid, we'll be in a really good spot. And then I'm thinking like 2 bottom path wizards on each side, just to have the little death march of the balloons going through. And that should be pretty cool. And this is why I wanted Seeking Shurikens, and I thought this ninjas would be the best choice. And so far they are, because they just spin up their little shots everywhere, which is really nice. So he's even coming down here to help, and he's going up there to help. It's like the advanced intel, but better. So there's just no way this isn't going to take forever when you see these balloons going that far down the track. And I chose this kind of weird spot for this guy because the problem is with this map is that you can't have like the perfect spot for the Druid. I think if you did, it'd be like right here in between the two, so it can get here and there, because it's better brambles when he's the spirit of the forest or the closest ones to him, right? And so I'm thinking this will be the best spot to take care of both. Or I'm wondering, actually, probably would have been better just to put him right here and then not worry about the rest, because it'll clean those up by the time he gets those, and since it's a longer part of the track. Oh well, we'll deal with it. But I just don't see this one being fast regardless of what we do. I am going to go with a wizard, like I said, though, because I feel like that's a solid play. Not sure if this is a bad idea or not. I thought this would be cool to like shoot up there as well, but then I'm going to sell him right after I pop the Moab. I just need to make sure we can take it down. So how about here? We'll take it. Sada, there we go. Yeah, that's all I needed it for. It's kind of a joke. And then we'll just grab this one for here and then put it there. And this is what we were going for, is have his range be right there. So now every single time he pops anything, it's going to fill up his graveyard right away. Now we're not the spot where we're getting a lot of pops because they're splitting up the track. So he's only getting a little baby mounts, but it's still better than what it was. And we'll just keep this one there. Okay, unfortunately that first Moab did not go down. So I thought I was gonna be able to save up for a spirit, and that is not the case. We're gonna have to out buff both of these guys to get them to take these things even out, which means we're probably not going to have enough for 63 to take out with the spirit. That's a big bummer. And I keep forgetting to use his ability, which isn't helping. And the problem with this guy is that it takes so long for it to regenerate. I don't think it's worth it to have more than one if you're not going for the spirit. Like I was thinking maybe if I bought 3 of them and just kept using and then sell them all. But I honestly think that the amount I'm going to make from the amount it costs me to sell them back is going to be pretty much the same. So we're getting a little scary here, and I don't know what we're gonna do on 63. I need $20,000 to literally sell everything on the screen in order to get to the spirit of the forest, and I don't think that's gonna work. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna sacrifice the first round. I'll use my ability if I have to, just in case we can't take it out like this. Let's see here. Oh, we did it. Oh, because of this guy. It's all because of you, wizard. You're so good. And it is split up too. There is that. And we do have the druid, so I mean, I can't completely hate. But now I'm wondering if it's better to keep what I've got going on here than to get the spirit. The spirit's great, but so are these guys. They're keeping everything at bay. So maybe I'll stronger stimulate this guy, waste a little bit more money there. Maybe put a second one or a wizard, or what do you call it, these guys up front. Now I truly think this is faster. The spirit does take everything out, and I don't think it would be wasting that much time, but this isn't doing terrible either. And if I have a Dark Knight there, I'll leave him on strong, so he'll only go after the big guys and get another one there. Only downside is by the end of round 80, I believe you have like $20,000 with the druid when you have Spirit of the Forest. He makes $1,000 per round. That's a lot of money. And we could have had 2 of these up there and a lot more to do damage on. But then again, I think this makes up for it, how fast it's going. So I've kind of just been throwing stuff together, and I got these 2 guys there too. And then I think, yeah, I mean, this will be fine for 80, to be completely honest. I was going to like sell everything and move it over, but we don't need to go that fast. I think it'll still do good. I could have actually, I could have had the time. Oh, well, we're good. We're good. Hodgepodging it together. And we're going to go back there, go this one, that one, and now double HP. Same thing till we get there. Here's the only downside to this strategy is waiting for this to get there. I feel like I could have had a 200 farm, and it could have made me about $700-800 by now. So part of me is thinking, is it smarter to get at least like 1 or 2, maybe how about like 200 farms and do that thing where you get them to the bank. So you sell the one, buy the middle path bank for the one, and then you can use that money, but then you're not making any more money. It's being made inside the bank, but you're not getting money on each round. So that's, or extra money on each round with the farm. So that's kind of a bummer. And now, unfortunately, I don't have enough to get this guy just yet. So I am going to have to buy this one and then the alchemist so I can get through 40. But that's not terrible. This is okay. And then I guess you saw it too early. Oh my goodness. So I kind of greeted a little too much because I do want 2 farms as well because yeah, it'll be cool to have a Spectre, but it is double HP. And if you wanted to go fast, you need something like a Flying Fortress or something that's good. But then again, if I was actually using my noggin, I would have put these farms up a little closer. I'd have used the boat to sell them. So all in all, not using my brain as much as I should, but I need to get a Spectre before 63, and then we'll just toss this guy again like we did before. Oh my gosh, we're actually making it too far down the track here. Okay, so if we sell this, okay, I don't want to make any dumb mistakes here. So we'll do this and then buy a village too. Okay, so now we can take out the round 59 because I know that was going to mess us up. So now we're good. We got money making. This guy's made 10 grand. He's made 6 grand. And now we just need this to be up to $82,000. That's pretty crazy. These are getting way too far down the track. I just don't know what to do though, because I don't want to sell my farm yet. So, okay, now we have 2. Double HP is just taking too long on this. I feel like we should have sold them off because they haven't been making money since the Spectre. Yeah, look at, he's still at 10,000 or 11,000. He's at 7. So they've only gained a couple bucks. I really need to run splits, guys. Like we really should, because then if I did, I would know where I'm being the most faulty at. And then we could go back and fix it, which would be very, 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 very helpful, right? So if I knew that like on double HP, I should be at like 10 minutes and I'm at 12, I'm like, okay, we are slowing down or something. Splits have just would have been helpful this whole time. It's really hard on these maps because they're all so different. It would be nice just as a general. So to say like, okay, on this intermediate map, we're doing pretty good, but on this intermediate map, we're doing pretty bad. We need to speed it up. But I have 3 planes and 2 boats. We should be good to go on this and have no problems even on that 80 ZOMG. I'm wondering if we should just first strike it and just call it, get it out of here. Here, maybe on 79, I'll sell you and buy this one. Because then as soon as it turns around 80, I can just first strike and instant kill a double HP ZOMG, which would, I think that would save us a minute right there. Here we go, 80 done. Oh, that was way cooler. Way cooler. Should have done that every time. Okay, back there, advance, click back, rake, hard, half cash. Here we go, guys. I'm really excited about this one if you can't tell. Oh my gosh. All right, so I'm just going to let this run out and just kind of eat it a little bit. I just don't care. The dart's doing really good on its own, but I just need Sada. So it's going to take 2 rounds of this, wasting our time. Because if not, I'd have to buy a bunch of darts and sell them, lose a bunch of money when she'll get it by this next one without losing that many lives at all. Okay, so right here. There we go. What a pro, Sada. What a pro. I guess my plan is to do what we've been doing, just a lot slower and with like no help behind us. And as long as we don't lose our lives, but I would like to go faster. This isn't a hard one. We can knock it out. But I just know how this goes, and I'm afraid that if I upgrade too much, we're not gonna be able to actually get something to pop lead, because I always underestimate that, and it costs a lot of money. We could use an alchemist, but then it takes too long, so a sniper is my preferred, because then we can start popping them back here. So I'm gonna do this. I think we'll be safe just getting twin guns, and that'll help us out a lot. So we're safe. We have our lead there. We can't lose on 28. Well, we have Sada for 28 too. I always keep forgetting that. It would just be nice to have a sniper that can make it a lot faster, because we are going relatively fast for something as awful as the half a cash. So there's 1, 2. Okay, yeah, that's not terrible. It gets it there. But now you have to be like, okay, well, what should I do? Should I go back to trying to get the airburst darts? But now we can't pop camo on 33. It's going to be all Sada, which will take forever. So I guess I should do this then. Now we just wasted a lot of money again. Actually, I don't think that's terrible, because yeah, he's going to start advanced intelling across the whole map, and then she'll clean up the rest of it. I think it's actually pretty solid. And technically, I think with just the maybe acidic mixture brew on a airburst dart, I think we can take down a Moab. But I also think that we'll probably have triple guns by then, so we should be fine regardless. Dude, we're going to have enough for triple guns and the acidic mixture dip. I feel like I knew that, but see, hear this though. Look at that. Oh goodness, that was just slow. So we'll put you here, and then hopefully it'll work. There we go. Cool. Sniper's helping out. So that's it. There we go. We'll take it out slowly but surely. And then I am gonna buy this, and then I think I'll get 1 farm. And I guess just for 63, I'd like to have a boat. Is that asking too much to have a top path boat and a boomerang? I feel like that should be able to handle it, since again, it does split up the track. So this track will get there first. So we only have to attack one and then attack the other. Okay, things are starting to get a little overwhelming here, and it's a little scary, but we haven't lost yet. So I think what I could do though is sell both of these and buy the boat. Buy the boat. Okay, cool. Now we just don't have anything for camo lead. So can I get that by 59? I would hope so, right? And there it is. Cool, cool, cool. So next thing I'm gonna do is actually get these ready to sell so I don't waste any time on 63. I thought I had lead popping. Oh, because I don't have the lead popping one. What a dummy. Okay, let's just use Sada. That was really stupid of me, like very stupid. Very dumb. I'm actually kind of bummed out about myself right now because he doesn't have the middle path. So I'm gonna sell both of these though, get it ready, and then buy this one there. And then I guess what we'll do, oh, I could fit that? Cool, cool, cool. Right there, and we're gonna go with this one and make sure. Oh, wow, that did not work out how I planned. What are you doing, Boomerang? Boomerang, come on, buddy. Good, we do have the last ability though, so we can use it if we need it, and we didn't need it. Okay, we just got unlucky that first time. So I accidentally, oh my goodness, I hit the wrong button and just and then did that one. Dude, stop being so dumb. Oh my goodness. I'm just wasting money. It's not really slowing us down as bad as I thought it would, but my goodness. So I'm just gonna sell you. I don't need that one. And then as soon as I can get another boat, I will. Honestly, probably wasted like $600, $700, $800 buying and selling those two things that couple times like a dum-dum. But we're almost there. And then with this, come on, come on. Okay, cool. Now with two boats, I don't think we can lose to anything. And on 78, we'll have Sada's ability twice. We'll have it on 76 in case that's a problem. But I always go with this one just instinctively because it has the camo, so you're safe. But then you're not safe because you can't pop lead. Oh, wow, that one's getting pretty far. Did you see that? Oh my goodness. This should be fine. Yeah, that was just unlucky. Okay, what are we doing here? No. I'm wondering if two boats isn't the best idea because look, they don't really handle the rushes too well. But on every other round where it's just balloons, we are very, very, very fast. So I don't think it's terrible either. And we haven't had a scare of like actual losing. Like I haven't had that blood pumping yet where I'm like, oh my God, we're just lost. So I think I'm actually pretty happy with this. Let's use that little ability there. Okay, then we're gonna sell and then buy the first strike because that's way faster than trying to take it down. I mean, maybe not, but I'm pretty sure because even if we were to take it down, we have to fight everything underneath, but this way we don't have to do any of that. And now we're on to alternate balloon rounds. We're actually going through this pretty fast. I'm pretty happy with it. I have not checked against our other times right now, so I don't know what we're doing, but it feels good. It feels good. That's all that matters, right? Now, this is just going to be a slow start. That's all there is to it. We need to get lead covered first. So a sniper might have been actually faster, but now we're covered with camo and lead easily. And if I can get up to the middle path, then we're completely solid. But then I am going to still have to build my sub army, a couple darts, and then the sub, and then the alchemist. So I'm not sure. This is actually a bad idea, but I already went too far into it, so there's no turning back. I should have done what I did earlier and had two ninjas up here and just slowly built them up because they would not let this much go through. And then just use Sada for the lead early on. I feel like that would have been the smartest play. But now I think we'll be okay for most of it. We do need to work on camo. But obviously what's great about Sada is that she will make sure that we never lose the camo. She can handle this up into the 40s, I think, of camo. So nothing is going to go through and just completely defeat us. So that's always a really nice feeling because we have lost on alternate balloon rounds for dumb reasons, usually camo lead. But even if that freaks me out, I can just go boom, use her ability, and then we won't have a problem. And that's actually what I'm going to do. We're just going to do it that way. I think it's a lot simpler because then we can grab camo on this one. Dude, the alchemist actually made him pop these camo leads very slowly and very badly, but it worked, which was pretty insane to be completely honest. So I think I am going to rock this. I think this is totally fine and it will carry us for a little bit. Yeah, Sada can clean up if she needs to. I'm going to grab a couple of farms right now. I would like to maybe get one farm and then maybe upgrade to armor piercing darts. I don't know if we'll have enough for that. Maybe though, actually, we're going to get a lot of money here in the next couple of rounds because then that'll guarantee that fortified one. Plus we actually are going to have like several Moabs before 50 come out too because alternate balloon rounds is purely awful. So maybe I should just rock with that. Oh yeah, definitely. We'll have enough for it. We should just do it. Just not be dumb, you know? So there we go with that one. And now we are completely covered against Moabs, BFBs even, honestly. Let's see how it does. Yeah, exactly what I thought before it even got to past the sub. That's cool. So I am going to greed a little bit. I think that's more important. And I was going to go with the bottom path guys too, but there's just so many camos on this and so many Moabs when it comes to alternate balloon rounds that I feel like it's kind of a waste. But here, I'm happy with this. This is a great one. And now what I'm going to do is grab my boat. And probably some more camo here, huh? This is getting a little out of hand. Let's use Sada for a second there and grab our camo. Okay, cool. I got there naturally. That's all I wanted to do. And now I'm gonna do something a little funky here. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. We're going to buy this one and we're going to sell this one so he can have camo. I know it's super weird and I probably should have done that first. Okay. But now everyone in this little range here is getting a good amount of pops for popping. They all got the camo, which is nice. We'll jungle drums this one. Cool, cool. And now I'm going to buy this one right here. And then we're going to sell both of these to buy the Spectre because I think he's more important. Perfect. I love it. I forgot to do the Monkeypolis thing where I get the one so I can get some extra coin. But honestly, I think the double pops is worth it enough. And then I can probably get a Flying Fortress not too crazy late, right? Because this is 20, 32, 35. So I need $48,000. All right, I thought this would be faster, and I think it will, to be completely honest. We go like this, like this, like this, and now we have enough for Flying Fortress. So what I did was I bought another plane as well just to help build it up, because why sit there and wait when you can just sell it and lose? Yeah, you lose a couple grand, but at least he's speeding it up by helping you attack. And it's only the last few rounds, but those rounds could take a minute, so this is cool. All right, here it is. We're done. We're done. We're on to Impoppable. Now, this is the long haul one, but I feel like we're going to get there pretty quickly when we use our cool new bottom path engineers that I never use because I'm kind of bad at this game. All right, let's keep it going here. So for those of you who follow this along as a guide, this is what I have so far. Just same thing we've been doing. I don't know why I didn't place a sub up here before. It would have been better too, because then the alchemist wouldn't be hitting Sada when I was using him, and he has a straight line making this one shorter, so he really only needs to advance intel over here technically, which is really cool. But now I'm going to start doing my cool little guy here, and hopefully I'll have both of them before 40. I don't think I will though. I haven't yet. Yeah, I won't, right? And so it might be actually better just to get 2 farms first, maybe turn those into marketplaces, and then buy the balloon traps. But the balloon traps are just so fast, it's like you have to get them. Yeah, I think that's the plan from the future. We should do 2 farms and then get those after 40, because it's kind of weak right now anyway. And then we're kind of like, oh my gosh, are we gonna have enough to even pop 40? Which of course we will, because this guy's awesome, but I even have enough for the alchemist? Jeez. I just used my ability. Oh my gosh, I like jumped the gun on it. And for whatever reason, I thought when this thing was shaking that me pressing a button would make it go away faster. And I just like used my ability. What a dummy. All right, now let's see if these things really pay off. We'll put them both up there, call it a day. So I think we're gonna end up going with Spectre anyway, right? So I feel like it'd be better to get one now. Yeah, that's good timing actually, because that's getting kind of crazy right there. So we'll get the Never Miss and make sure we have camo. Might as well get this one, which actually is nice because now we'll have double duty for him being camo as well for 59 in case the alchemist doesn't do his job and there's like a couple left. But I'm just gonna keep doing what we're doing here because this guy already has 7,000, this guy has 4,000. And why is that left side keep getting more? Is it just because the main moabs come out of there and the main, I guess the main everything comes out of that side, right? Okay, I greeted a little bit too much. I'm not exactly sure if we'll have enough to get through there. I think if we sell this, we might, right? 3,000 and then that's another, so that's 4,000 right there. So I need $24,000 by 63. That's not terrible. Oh wow, it's like perfect timing too. This is getting a little overwhelming. I'm gonna actually use Sada's ability, sell this guy out, buy the Spectre, get rid of those, and now we're good. But then if it's like last time, these two aren't gonna get any pops anymore. I'll leave them for a second, but I think we should just start using our regular farm, in which case I bought the wrong one again. I keep doing that. So go right there, go right there. I'm gonna toss both these guys. We don't need them anymore. So we'll go like that, and then we'll get this one to here and then sell that. Oh, he doesn't have camo now. Great, great. Okay, so this one's a joke. So we're gonna sell a couple of these and then we're gonna buy a regular farm for there. I always make this so sloppy. I'm just not happy with the way I do things on these farms, but whatever. And then I think we're gonna do exactly what we did before, just a little bit faster and cleaner because now we're only on 70 with this. So we're gonna grab another one. I would like him to have camo too, but I'd rather him be in part of this one as well. Can I get both? I cannot do both, unfortunately. Oh, actually right there, perfect. And also too, we always go with this Flying Fortress strategy. Like that's our go-to thing. What else would you guys want to see be done on an Impoppable map? We used to try the Apex, we've done the Mads, we've done it all, but this is just the fastest. Would this be what you guys want to keep seeing, or do you think there's a better way out there? But I think with this, I can sell it and get my Flying Fortress, and we still have a ton of money, which is awesome. We're gonna get this one up to there and there and there and there. So then when we sell all this, we'll be okay. So I've gone with the Sky Shredder too, just because it's awesome and you know, it's global range. And then we got them both a little super buffed there. Now it's gonna be a little funny on this, but I think it'll be great for the bad. I'm just gonna do this. Okay, we're gonna sell everything at this point and we're just gonna buy a ton more of these. And the reason why is because if I just get them all, I can just blast it at the end and call it a day. And I think we're good. Yeah, we'll just get one more too. I think I might have used one on accident though. Oopsie. Yeah, I did. But that should be fine. That should be more than fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was so cool. We've never actually done that. I've never gone that fast with a bad. All right, we're on to chimps. Let's do this. Backup one. We're last one there, and we're just going to black border this thing as fast as we possibly can. We're only at 2 hours and 6 minutes. That's not terrible. We have to get Sada lined up perfectly here, though. That's the only thing. You got to get her like perfect so she doesn't mess up at all. And if she does, you just have to restart. So if you are trying to like copy this along, just make sure it's like pixel perfect. Do that little thing where I like drag it on the side so it goes super slow. And then as soon as we can, we're going to buy a boat. And this strategy is so funny because we don't really use that many towers at all. Like, it's very, very, very small amount of towers. And what's really cool is Sada and the boat go all the way to 40 on their own, which we used to be able to do all the time, but that hasn't been much of a thing in the past or in the recent because they made his boat cost so much, the $8,600 one. Because the top path, fourth path, used to be only like $7,500 if you guys remember, 72 or something cheap, and you could just easily get it before 40, take out the Moab. But now it can only be done with Sada and these two. And then the problem is you don't have enough for camo on 42 sometimes if you had to buy anything else. But I'm gonna buy this quickly because I don't wanna mess it up. But unfortunately, a lot of this strategy is just waiting, which, I mean, you're waiting either way. You just have to do things sometimes in the middle, but this, nothing really to do. We're just gonna do this and then we're gonna buy the hot shot one. Because the goal was to do this without any abilities. And you technically could if you just changed it up a little bit, but we're gonna use one ability on 37 to take out that like second rush of camos, or no, the last rush of only camos. Now remember, just in case something slips, I've done this a couple of times and I've had no problems, but just in case something slips, we have Sada's ability, which is why I like her so much. Not only can she solo the beginning and make everything so much fun and easy, she can make sure that you don't lose to something stupid and you just watch it leave like, oh my goodness. Now, if there's two of them, you're just kind of done for because the odds of them lining up right there perfectly, slim to none. Not gonna happen. But I guess you could technically hit it there and then they would hit both. Yeah, I guess that's me just being a dum-dum. But just that simple, we have our destroyer and now nothing can touch us until 40. Now, we obviously could have gone a lot faster if I would have done what we've been doing and using subs and using darts up here and then building into something like a Spirit of the Forest. It would have been relatively easy, had no problems, and we would have gone a lot faster. But I don't necessarily think this is going to be super slow. Plus, it's very, very easy. And it's very unique as far as the fact that you don't have to do much. And then we're using like a goofy tower, and it's very simple. The only ability you have to use is the one on 37, and that's only because I'm too lazy to like buy anything else because I want to take the Moab out with the top path boat. And the only way to get there is to not spend any other money because it costs so much. So we'd have to change up the whole strategy just so we don't have to use one ability. I figured, you guys want to use like one, right? But the whole thing was we're trying to go fast and the sub would be inconsistent. And then we might lose to like a ceramic on the Spirit of the Forest, something crazy. But this is round 37, so we are going to have a camo at the end. And what I'm going to do is just take out the first rush because I don't want to have to deal with, I can deal with one, but not two. So I'm going to slow it down, hit that one, and then go back to fast because then that side will take it over. There we go. That was kind of scary watching those blues slide by, but it worked, right? Because remember, Sada can do, actually though, Sada could probably handle the Moab on her own, huh? Because he would take him out with his aircraft carrier. No, the destroyer. And plus you would have other stuff if you were trying to fight the camo on 37. So let's say you had like a 022 sniper or something. You could easily do it. But what we're gonna do is make sure the boat's in range and then we're gonna get camo as soon as we can because 42 will wreck us if not. Remember, we have Sada's ability. So no, it won't wreck us if not. Just for being lazy, not want to do anything, this is the best way to do it. And then if you edged it just right, Sada should be in range too because she was perfectly over on her pixel and he was all the way over to the right on his. So now they're both over there with their cool jungle drums and he has the camo and we just wait for $26,000. And there it is just in the nick of time because it was honestly kind of getting a little messy there. Now we're going to use our weird tower. Now you're thinking probably middle path, Spear of the Forest, or even a bottom path like Avatar of Wrath, which I would never do without Oben because that's like what he's built for. We're gonna go with the top path, which we just did on Sanctuary, but we didn't go all the way. We didn't even go to the electrical bolt one. And in this one-off odd scenario, we're gonna go to an electrical bolt. And then if the game will allow us to, with our 402 wizard here, wind wizard, we're gonna try to get to $64,800 for Superstorm without touching anything. I'm gonna watch the screen just in case, but I don't think we'll have to because the boat's awesome. And as long as they can take out 63, can it? Yes, look at that, it just shreds it because this guy's actually kind of good. Like he's not the best, but he's actually kind of good the way he just shoots it back and then his lightning bolt just blows through everything. And I think, doesn't it do some kind of like freezing or knockback too now? It's actually crazy. And then recently he got buffed to where the Superstorm has a lot of damage. Before it was like nothing, no damage. And then they like times 10'd it to where it actually gets damage when he hits 2. Now, the only problem with this strategy is that when you get the Wind Wizard, that's Superstorm, it blows them back to the moon and it takes forever to attack anything. That's where I think the boat's gonna come in, because it's our only attack tower anyway. It won't hurt for it to keep attacking. But when we have like fortified ZOMGs and fortified BFBs, it is gonna take a minute. And that's what I'm kind of worried about with this strat, but it's so safe and so easy that I feel like it's worth the risk of time. Who knew the boat was this strong? Because I thought like, okay, they're working together. Not really. He has 20,000 pops. He's probably blowing stuff back, but this guy has 500,000 pops already. Now, Superstorm right now, just get as soon as I can. Can I get it yet? Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm gonna use the Sawdust ability here to clean up a little bit. There we go. That's really cool. Now, here's what I'm worried about. Watch him blow those back and make it take way too long. But what I'm thinking is the boat's here to help and be our buddy to keep that from happening. So he'll work on this one and push him back. So as long as the left side still keeps coming on, we should be, no, see, look at now that takes even longer. That's what I was a little worried about. So at this point, it's up to you. So the one I used to shred this without even having to use an ability or anything is I got a sniper right here, put him on strong, and I got a 5-2-0 on strong, and it destroyed it, because what it did was it allowed us to do more damage to the big old bad, made it super easy to pop. Everything else was kind of struggling with the bad. So the other problem with going to that sniper, like, oh, perfect, let's just do it then. It's easy. Well, that's going to stall him even more, and then only the boat is attacking really, because the main Moab is kind of bad until you get to the cripple Moab. So the other option I did was a middle path boat, so the really cool boat right here, and then I was just pulling ZOMGs left and right. But what happens is the DDTs on 99 kind of scare me, and I don't want to take any risks here. We are doing good. So I'd rather win than lose. So I guess I'll just stick with this and then hope for the best and just hope it keeps going fast. Hope that makes sense. But if you want to go a little bit faster, I would definitely go with the middle path boat. I actually did it without abilities, but it was a little scary. Like it flew down to here and then it just kind of caught it with one of his little wind lightning balls. And I was like, okay, that's a little sketchy. You know what I've realized which makes these faster runs? Oh my goodness, that was scary. I was just about to say, not slowing down. When we keep it at full speed, you fly through these things. Like it's phenomenal how much faster the time goes just from not slowing down. And then right as that happens, he comes screaming at me. I don't remember it being that close. That was scary. What's really cool about this tower though, is anything that's not too fast like a DDT, he's gonna make sure it stays away. Like when he blows one of his little wind tornado things, dude, nothing's getting past his bow. See, like this round right here is awful. But at least we're gonna get it on 98. We're gonna get this one for cripple Moab, and that'll help a lot because that thing just is gonna do damage. Like look at right now, it has 19,000. Watch how much it gets once we get to that 5th tier. Yeah, the boat would have been so much faster because I would have just pulled them down, and that last round would have been about 10 seconds over the 30 seconds it just took. Okay, here we go. Let's grab it. There we go. Now watch this damage just go. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Nearly 1,000 a shot, just blowing things up. Take out these ZTs because I don't like them. They scare me to half to death. Okay, we got him. We got him, boys. All right, take out that bad. Do it. Let's put some stuff here too. Let's just add some stuff to pop it down faster. Okay, we'll use Sada too. Clean it up, get it out of here. There we go. Done. That's actually really good. I'm super happy with this time right now. Okay, so advance back one. Boom. 225.31. Oh my goodness, 9th place. We got the top 10. That is what I'm talking about. We had a few in the 2 hours and 25, so I was a little nervous about it, but no, we did it. That's an intermediate map, our 3rd best intermediate map, and we did it in 9th place, and that's even with a longer map. So that's my revelation. Slowing the game down completely and utterly ruins your time. That's all there is to it. Oh my absolute goodness, that was so awesome. But there's also the fact that we had Sada. What if she's like a big reason for it too? Never thought of that. But I'm gonna keep just buying this one up. We'll have these in another 30 years. Don't worry, we'll have them all done. The rest of the primaries and the powers. But I am so happy with that time. There is 44 Black Border Chimps medals right there. And this made me laugh when I was looking at this too. Look how much it takes to scroll down to actually get there. One day when we finally beat everything, we're gonna go through and unlock them all at once. I think that'll be really fun. But you guys are awesome. I can't believe we got a top 10 spot. Super stoked about it. And if you have not yet, check out this video where we Black Border Sanctuary, an expert map, the hardest one we've done yet, as fast as we possibly can. That's every single game mode as quickly as possible. You're gonna love it.